Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, the Kawasaki KX450, built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. Look for sunny skies today, hot weather. Look for a high around 85 degrees. White Pine County voter turnout did not improve much yesterday, and less than 1 in 3 registered voters turned out for the primary election. Less than 1,900 of the 6,230 registered voters cast ballots, either by early voting, mail-in voting, or election day voting. In preliminary results, Dr. David Pratt got more votes than the next 2 candidates in the Republican race for County Commission Seat 1 combined. Pratt's 584 votes beat Mike Simon's 265 votes and Mike Koster's 252 votes. Incumbent Hank Vogler finished 4th with just 143 votes. Newcomer Gina Kavanaugh pulled 102 votes. In the race for Sheriff, Todd Fincher, the only candidate to pull in significant amounts in fundraising, paid off with nearly 80% of the vote, 1,446 votes. Roy Allen finished 2nd with just 14% of the vote, 257 votes. Robert Whiteside a distant 3rd with just 6% of the votes, 116 votes. In the county assessor's race, incumbent Burton Hilton got nearly 70% of the votes, 935 votes, while challenger Jane Murdoch got 401 votes. Because of state election laws, votes can't be finalized until next week to allow for late mail-in ballots. Nevada primary has set up the stage for several high-profile statewide races this November. Governor Lombardo and Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony both cruised to primary victories on the Republican side, and they will face Democrats Aaron Ford and Assembly member Sandra Yaguri in the general election. Ford, the currently sitting Attorney General, and he is term limited. In Congressional District 2, Assemblywoman Teresa Benavides-Thomas won the Democrat nomination. Trump-endorsed Republican David Flippo still holds this morning a 10% lead over former state Senator James Settlemyre in the race to replace retiring Congressman Mark Amodei. In Congressional District 4, just to our south, Republican small business owner Cody Whipple won his primary. He'll face Democrat Congressman Stephen Horsford this fall. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Nicole Canizero won the Democrat nomination for Attorney General, while Adrian Guzman-Fralick captured the Republican nomination with backing from both Governor Lombardo and President Trump. Nevada election officials reviewing a security lapse after partial primary election results were mistakenly sent to a media server hours before polls closed on Tuesday. According to Eric Neugenborn for the Nevada Independent, Secretary of State's office inadvertently uploaded vote totals from several counties representing about 65,000 votes to a testing environment accessible to news organizations. Data removed after the error reported, and it was not published by the Independent. In a statement, the Secretary of State's office said access disabled within an hour. It's addressing the issue internally. A busy agenda awaits the White Pine County Commission this morning, everything from green energy and infrastructure to high-stake job interviews on the table. Starting at 9 o'clock, commissioners will meet at the White Pine County Library in Ely, topping the docket a review of a new memorandum of understanding with the BLM regarding a 2026 geothermal lease sale environmental assessment. One site is just north of Ely and another site just south of Lund. On the local infrastructure front, the Road Commission holding a public hearing to decide whether a road easement in the Pierce subdivision should be added to the county-maintained system. County personnel board scheduled interview finalists for 2 leadership roles. Kevin Kawinana of Reno and Steve Smith of Oregon are vying to become the next golf course director, while Steve Campbell and Lindsey Jacobson interviewing for road department superintendent. Officials say formal hiring offers could be extended following the interviews. Meanwhile, significant policy changes could be on the horizon. Commission Chair is sponsoring two major agenda items, one that would restrict any future agenda items unless they are explicitly backed by county leadership, and another requiring all county investments to be fully controlled by the Commission. In other business, the Liquor Board will review a temporary concession license for the White Pine Dirt Divas travel ball team at Marriage Field, and the Commission will discuss supporting a rehabilitation grant for the Nevada Northern Railway. We will be broadcasting that entire meeting starting at 9 o'clock. And the Stanley Cup final tied at 2 games apiece after the Carolina Hurricanes beat the Vegas Golden Knights 5-3 last night in T-Mobile Arena. Jordan Staal scored twice, including the go-ahead run in the third period, Carolina snapping Vegas's momentum after the Golden Knights' double overtime win in Game 3. Mark Stone, William Karlsson, Brett Howden scored for Vegas, while goalie Carter Hart made 23 saves in the loss. Series now shifts back to Carolina for Game 5 tomorrow night. Hurricanes are seeking their first Stanley Cup in 2 decades, while the Golden Knights chasing their second championship in 4 years. For Sahara Motors, that's a check of news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.